Gerstenbach, COO of Investa. I'm here to show you the new features of the Investa Exchange. When you click login, you fulfill your email and password and you'll jump into the trade room. The trade room has two main places. One is called Basic and the other one is called Pro. So just to give you a brief example of what you can do in each of them, let's go to Basic, which is already open. You have all of your pairs to trade on the right side of the screen. You can go all the way down, or you can just type the pair you want to trade. So for example, for Litecoin, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum and dollars against Litecoin. If you go back to Bitcoin and we're going to do dollar to Bitcoin and you click it, the dollar to Bitcoin pair will show up with the current price, the order book to the left, and of course the console for you to purchase or sell Bitcoin. Assuming that you have dollars to purchase Bitcoin, you would use this side of the panel. If you have Bitcoin and you want to sell it to the market for dollars, you'll use this side of the panel. You have two types of orders: market orders and limit orders. Market orders are pretty straightforward. The price is already given by the market. So you have $1,000. That'll give you 0.15881 Bitcoin. If you click buy BTC, you'll get it in your wallet immediately. The same goes for this side of the panel. Assuming that you have 1 BTC and you execute a market order and you click sell, you'll get $6,250 in your wallet. That's a simple market order. If you go to limit order, it's exactly the same procedure, with the difference that you set the price where you want to buy or where you want to sell. So for example, same scenario, you have USDs and you want to purchase Bitcoin, but this time you're expecting Bitcoin to go down, assuming that it goes down to 6,200. So that's the price where you're willing to purchase Bitcoin. So you type in your price, 6,200, and how much you have. So let's assume that I have a $2,000 to spend. So when the market drops or somebody's willing to take my order, then I'll just leave that order open and it will be executed. And I would get a lot more than if I would do a market order. Same will happen with this side of the panel when you're doing your selling. You have another option, and is to go to the trader room and go to Pro. When you click to Pro, this is what will show up, which is a more complex graph. And with this you can do proper technical analysis, unlike some other exchangers when you just get a simple line or bar or candlestick graph and nothing else there that you can do. But here you don't have to go somewhere else to get it. You just use the tools at your disposal to do proper technical analysis. So in this case, for example, we're looking at dollar Bitcoin, which is a very common pair. And we're going to do a very quick, without going into much detail, on how to do analysis within this trade room. So it's very simple. We just go down all the way to the higher time frame, which is the monthly one. And as you can see, we can draw a trend line here. So let's just draw the trend line here. and quickly we can see our boundaries. So we just type Alt H, and you have one boundary. Compress it here. Again, have another boundary, put it here. So this will give you very quickly, historically speaking, which are the price points where it goes to and it's coming from. And we have the trend line, the outer trend line, which is going on the upside, and we're going to draw the counter trend line, which is what the market is currently doing. So currently we are here. Well, there we go. So this is what's going on. So you see there's type of a triangle formation here. Okay, well, if you cannot see the small, then you can always go back and just put your graphic in a larger view. You can do the same stuff and you can see it. Okay, so what we can see from here, and it's fairly simple, just to see with your untrained eye, is that the market has come up and then it's coming all the way down within this boundary. Now if we look further, something very important, we are looking at higher lows all the way. This low is higher than this one, this low is higher than this one. So yes, we did have a correction, but still this low is higher than the previous one. This shows that although we are in a correction and we are bearish at the moment, overall in the long term this is a bullish market. We cannot expect price action to go in one direction or the other and do not correct. That happens in every market. Price movement doesn't go in straight lines, they go in waves. So you have a way up, way down in any and all time frames. So if you go, let's go closer to a daily, go zoom out, then you can see the pattern, the wave pattern throughout. Now this is what price action is. It goes up and down depending on several and a lot of factors. Mainly two of the biggest factors that you can put into place: technical analysis, of course, and fundamental analysis. In fundamental analysis, well, you have several other issues. So for example, right now we are this low because there has been some not exciting news over the past few days. We had an exchanger being hacked, we had a letter from Wells Fargo prohibiting their clients to use credit cards to purchase crypto. So there are a couple of things that are not the best news right now in a not so exciting bearish market, which was ranging for a while over here. So when you have all of those news and you have also a bearish market and some not great signals, then the market will go lower, and when it goes lower it looks for better options and better buyers to get in. So for the time being we're going down, and people that had open positions are closing them because they're either scared or they have their stops being triggered. So there's several factors that come into play. So right now, as I said, we are at 6,300, well, a bit higher, but okay, 6,300. It's been a terrible day for Bitcoin, and if you can see it right now, there's a pivot line. So if I type here Alt H and I go here around this line, then you can see that this is a very important place to be, around 5,800 and magnet 6459. Again, we don't need to be precise right now. I would be more precise if I were actually doing the full in detail analysis, but okay. So between, and now we're going to need this. So between this low, which is 5,750, and this low, which is 6,000, we have our main support. So this support is expected to hold. Why are you asking? Because it has hold here, it held here, and every time it comes close to the support, it bounces back. Right now it's here, so you are inclined to think that it might bounce back. This is no guarantee whatsoever that that might happen. It is just something that you can deduct by simply looking at the chart and see where you have points of coincidence. Now if we spread it back a little bit, okay, having issues, oh sorry, that was way too zoomed out, there we go. So if you see what I'm seeing, you're looking at, you see when you go into further into detail, you need to correct your trend lines because now you can be more precise. There you go, fantastic. So that counter trend line seems to be holding as well. So we're getting a compression in price also. So you can look at the size of the candles, and if I bring back the volume, you can see the volumes have been going down a lot lately. We are not looking at this type of volumes, and we're not looking at nice big candles with big bodies. So we're looking at smaller candles, smaller trading volumes. So that is a sign that we're getting a compression in price. So the price is getting compressed into this zone, and two things usually happen when price gets in a ranging sector and it gets compressed. They usually jump to one side drastically. So we might see a nice move to the bullish side, or we might see the final crushing of Bitcoin going down all the way to historic lows, to 3,000, 2,000, maybe even 500. But for the time being, what we're seeing is that the price action is compressing, and since it is being compressed and we are indeed bouncing off this pivot, we are looking at something that it's very encouraging. So if we carry on, let's go to the hourly. You see, now that we are into more detail, we need to correct our trend lines. Let's hide this, we don't need it, and we decompress it. Okay, there we go. So in the hourly, you can see the disaster. We were trading at around 7,600. Then one bit of news, this is fundamental, happened. We dropped from 7,600 all the way down to 7.2. Then another bit of news hit. Oh, we went down to 6,700, and then one last bad bit of news, and we went all the way down to 6,500. And then the market, of course, panicked, and people just goes back to fiat, which is logical. But it seems that right now, at this point in time, it has found some support, which is a very weak support, same as weak as this one, or as this one, or as this one. What you're looking right now, and what you're trying to look for, is a trend line break to the other side with a confirmation of that break, a candlestick formation to the bullish, and a proper movement upwards. That in conjunction with your RSI in the proper zone. So right now we are in the no-go zone. So if you're outside and you want to trade, you want to get in, don't. Just wait it out. You'll have a better opportunity and you'll have less risk if you wait it out. This time you are in a bearish market, you are in a channel going down, you don't have any indicator or oscillator out there that will give you a proper signal. If you're thinking bullish, even if you're thinking bearish, you don't want to get in. If you are going down and you're shorting Bitcoin, which of course you can in certain platforms, it's not recommended right now. You're in the middle, so nothing is actually happening. It would have been, if you were shorting, it would have been nice if you would have done it here or anywhere here. Right now it's not a wise decision. You are in the middle of nowhere, so it's indecision time. So you don't want to get in right now. You just want to hold it, wait for a proper breakout, and after that you can go in. Mainly that's where we are. Not a very exciting moment right now, but something that is very important to bear in mind is that bigger time frames control smaller time frames. So if I were to look right now at this bullish momentum that we have, very small one, but we have something. How we can tell? It's very easy. We have higher lows, right? And the trend has stopped being that dramatic. So and that's the triangle that we have right now, but we had a very aggressive drop and then it broke. So here it is. So it went down, it went back up, and then down, and then back up. Now if you were to look at this right now in the minute, you would see a very nice bullish formation and going all the way up, but this tells you absolutely nothing. This doesn't tell you that that's exactly what's going to happen in the future. It doesn't tell you anything. All it does is it tells you that we have a bit of momentum right now. You see, oh, looks nice. If you would look at this graph just like that, let me get rid of this one and this one. Oh, you can see a very nice ABC movement. So you would see an ABCD movement, which would end up somewhere. Oh, let's draw our fibs. I'm just going to show you the pattern. So this is what I'm talking about: A, B, C, and the 1618, 1618. Oh, around there. So that's the pattern that you're looking right now in the very, very small time frame of 5. So yes, it looks very, very bullish right now in this small segment, but that really doesn't tell you anything. Nobody trades at this, so you need to wait it out. You need to wait out for the proper entry. This is by no means any recommendation to go into the market at the moment. Well, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you and briefly tell you about all of the exciting news that we have at Investa. We're moving forward with the alpha of the cards right now. Alpha testing, it's happening. And also there are several other very, very important news coming up. So stay tuned. Thank you for your time.